Okay, everyone, so example 6. Again, if you understood what I did to solve the problem in example 5, I encourage you to try this on your own. Otherwise, let's get started. So example 6, again, we are working the reverse order that we have been working in up to this point. So I'm going to give you the roots, or zeros, or x-intercepts, or solutions, and we will be finding the equation of the polynomial in standard form. Okay, so I have the roots right here. Now I told you in the previous example that I was going to skip one of the steps and automatically go into factored form. So we're going to skip to factored form. Okay, and this time I'm not going to list out the steps. I'm just going to explain what I'm doing. Okay, so the shortcut, the way that you get from your zeros, or roots, or x-intercepts, or solutions, the shortcut way, technically what we're doing is we're making this side of the equation equal to 0. Which how you'd move a positive 4 over is by subtracting, which would turn a negative. And the way that you'd move a negative 2 over is by adding it, which would make it a positive. So instead of moving everything over, over, good golly, I cannot talk today. Instead of moving everything over, what you can do is simply jump to factored form by flipping the signs. Okay, so for example, the opposite of positive 4 is negative 4. So my parentheses will just be x minus 4. Okay, and then the opposite of negative 2 is positive 2. So my parenthesis would be x plus 2. Okay, and then from here, we're just solving to get this thing into standard form. So when you have two parentheses that are multiplied together, what do you do to simplify or to solve? Holy hot dog, you guys would distribute. So I'm going to be distributing. Okay, so I'm going to start with my first term and multiply it to both terms in my second parenthesis. Okay? Which x times x, don't forget, if you don't see an exponent, there secretly is a 1 in each exponent. And when you multiply variables with exponents, you add the exponents. So 1 plus 1 gives me a 2. So this would be x squared. Okay, and then x times 2, well, I have nothing really to multiply, so I just combine those two. And it's a positive, so it'd be a plus 2x. All right, and then we just do the same thing with the other two numbers. So I'm going to start with my second number in the parenthesis and distribute that thing to both terms. So negative 4 times x is negative 4x, and negative 4 times 2, well, that's a negative 8. And we're still equal to 0, so I'm going to write equal to 0. I think in example 5, I left off equal to 0 in this step, so if you want to add it to example 5, that might be good. But anyways, let's combine our like terms from here. So after we distribute, we combine like terms. And guess what, you guys? Our polynomial will be in standard form, which is super exciting. Okay, so I'm going to start with my highest exponent term. Which term currently has the highest exponent? You guys, like normal, are on it. You already know. It is the x squared, which I don't have anything else to combine to my x squared, so I'm just going to bring it on down. Okay, my terms with the next highest exponents would be these two terms, the 2x and the negative 4x. Okay, again, you don't touch the variable's exponents when you add or subtract variables. Only when you multiply and divide variables, that's when you do things to the exponents. Okay, so I'm just going to combine my coefficients and leave the x alone. Like, I'm already just going to write this as an x. So these two, I'm going to leave it as an x because I don't even need to worry about the x. Okay, 2 minus 4 is negative 2. So this would be negative 2x. And then lastly, my final term is the negative 8. It has nothing to combine to, so guess what, you guys? I'm just going to bring this bad boy on down. So I'm going to bring it on down. And then I'm also going to bring down my equals to 0, because technically this thing still equals 0. And guess what, you guys? That is it. You just put each 0, or root, or x-intercept, or solution, into factored form. You distribute and combine like terms. And that is it.